Our state and federal governments prioritize locking us up and breaking our families apart over providing us with the basic human services we need to live our lives with dignity. Congress has cut the budget for community health centers, state and local police, community development funds, low-income heating assistance, and other services, totaling a loss of nearly $2.5 billion to community growth and livelihood. Meanwhile, immigration and customs enforcement budget soars at almost $6 billion. This money includes detention and removal operations, which break apart families in our communities every day, as well as funds allocated to state and local prisons to incarcerate immigration detainees. Corrections Corporation of America, one of the largest prison corporations in the U.S., received $74 million in taxpayer money last year to operate immigration detention centers. This corporation was involved in crafting SB 1070, the anti-immigrant legislation in Arizona, which provided more avenues for locking up non-citizens, directly increasing their own profits in Arizona and nationwide. In return, this corporation has spent $4.4 million lobbying the Department of Homeland Security, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and the Bureau of Prisons for increased funding directed to those government agencies. Pennsylvania Governor Tom Corbett will cut our education budget by $1.18 billion and increase the prison budget by $186 million. 3 new prisons will be built in Pennsylvania, adding 4,000 more beds to incarcerate people. Aside from private prisons, our counties are profiting off of families being broken apart in their own communities. York County will receive $19.8 million in revenue from ICE this year for holding community members in custody. York County prison expansions have allowed the county to maximize revenue potential from ICE, and programs have been put in place to create space for additional ICE detainees in larger numbers and for longer periods of time.
We, the undersigned, hereby petition the unjust detention of Cambodians awaiting removal from the United States. In accordance with ICE guidelines, we testify that our custody at York County prisons has exceeded the presumptive 180 days, thus rendering the indefiniteness of our custody unlawful. We are being held against our right to freedom from imprisonment, from government custody, detention, or other forms of restraint, which raises constitutional concerns. We do not challenge our removal, but this indefinite detention with the lack of strong special justification violates our due process rights as adjudged by the United States Supreme Court. We, as persons who pay their debts, respectfully move ICE and responsible parties to secure our removal or relieve us from detention.
We will not stand by quietly as our own government makes budget negotiations which will tear our families apart, lock up our friends and family for corporate profit, and deny us the basic human services we need to live our lives with dignity.